Hello friends, welcome to Teamlease Digital YouTube channel. In today's video, we have come up with a very common and most asked interview question, that is, tell me about yourself. This particular interview question is asked by all the recruiters in almost every interview. So it is very important for anyone to prepare well for this particular question. Now, as you are a fresher and you are appearing before an interview, it is very important for you to have a clear-cut answer for this particular question, as this can be the first question that can be asked by the recruiter or maybe the HR person for your interview. So prepare well for this particular question. Now, the question comes, how to prepare for this particular question and what to speak, what not to speak when it comes to your introduction. As the interviewer might have already gone through your CV, he almost knows about yourself, but still he is asking this question to know more about you and to check your communication skills. If you basically answer this question in a clear and confident manner, then it depicts that you have prepared well for this particular question and you have a good hold over your communication skills. This can also be an icebreaker, as this can be the first question that are generally asked in any interview question, and it can make you feel relaxed and more confident so that you can answer well for the upcoming questions. What all things we have to include when it comes to an introduction and what all things we do not have to stretch upon while we are giving answer to this particular interview question, and how much time do we basically spend on answering this particular question. Do we spend 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes? Let us understand these things. So in this video, we are going to cover the very first thing is what all things we have to cover when it comes to a fresher while answering this particular question. So you can always start with your name. Many times it is also advisable not to use your name, but it all depends upon you. You carefully listen to the question that is being asked by the recruiter or maybe for the interviewer. If the interviewer is asking you, hey Hemant, tell me about yourself, then he already know your name. So do not start your introduction with your name. Just in case, if he is just asking you, hey, tell me something about yourself, then you can always start with your name. This is a simple trick with which you can understand, and the recruiter will also know how much you are good in listening to the questions and how much you are detail oriented. The next thing apart from the name that you have to include in your introduction, the place from where you belong to and the qualification that you are doing currently. If you are a fresher, you can always say that I am doing my post-graduation or an undergraduation from so and so college and my current percentage is this much. You can also include the projects that you have recently taken. What was the objective of the project? What was the learning that you basically got from that project? Apart from this, you can also include the extracurricular activities or the achievements that you have carried out during your entire educational journey. And in the last but not the least, you can also conclude more about your strength, weaknesses, followed by your family background. Now, the next thing that comes is what not to speak when it comes to your introduction. Never ever start with your salary expectation in the introduction. Also, never mention the physical infrastructure or the amenities that you are expecting from this particular job. Many people generally say their hobbies like cooking or playing. So until and unless you do not have a complete knowledge about these hobbies, never mention these hobbies into your introduction, as the interviewer or the recruiter might cross-check with couple of questions on your hobbies. For example, if you say that your hobby is reading, the interviewer might ask you a question like what is the latest book that you have read and who is the writer and what is your understanding. So you should have a clear-cut answer to these questions if you say any hobby like this. Now the third thing that we're coming is how much should be the time for the introduction. Generally speaking, your introduction should spread between 3 to 4 minutes. But if you want to really stretch it to 5 minutes, then the content of your introduction should be really very interesting so that it basically suits to the ear of the recruiter or the hiring manager. Now let's understand with an example like how to introduce yourself. For instance, recruiter might ask me, hey, introduce yourself. Then my response will be something like this. I am Hemant Chaturvedi, born and brought up in Indore, which is basically a commercial capital of Madhya Pradesh, and it is the cleanest city of India. I have completed my graduation in BCA, and after completing my BCA, I decided to do MBA, and I've completed my MBA also in 2012. And the project that I've done during my PG program was on the tail of Titan. Now, the learning that I have during the project was how effectively Titan as a company has used the 4 P's of marketing and the 7 C's of marketing in effectively communicate Titan as a brand to the consumers. This was the learning that I have during my project. So this is how you can basically present yourself. Hope you like this particular video, and this video might also sound interesting to you. So prepare well, for your introduction and wish you a very best luck. Do remember to subscribe this channel for more such interesting videos. Thank you.